pitch. And, I was near to I realized I was in the stadium. Then I recognized this conference. I say, let me be part of this conference. And of course, oil and power. We have also power of football. And the power of sports, and you can recognize when we won in basketball, all of us were having a joy. And therefore, when you invest in oil and power, the result is to have prosperity. Why not continue investing in football so that we increase our joy and prosperity to our people? When you are thinking that you want to invest in youth and employ youth, there are a lot of talent that football can realize. South Sudan Football Association, you can see the joy here. Where in this world or in this community that we have this joy? Just a pitch. The football can bring people together, can go across our ethnicity, and you can see all this. This is part of our football activities. And in fact, football, we are members of the FIFA, member of CAF, member of Ssfa, but you can see the pitches. The challenge of football in South Sudan is about infrastructure. We have only one pitch that is improved now. We are trying to have this stadium very close here, but the only pitch that we have is blue. But you can see, and even for the operators and investors who are investing in oil, do we have improved pitch in Baloch, in Malot, in Ram? What are you doing with these young men? Young men, they want to play. And I hope so many of you here were footballers or sport people. Now, we have a FIFA calendar that's supposed to be played. People are not playing in Malacca, are not playing even in Baloch, where you have oil, are not playing Ram. And across the country, they are not playing in Bantu. And this is where we have oil. And I think you investors, you need to invest in youth. This is where a prosperity can come. This is where you can show that you are a real investor. This camp in Bantu, you can see the football there. Can investors be the sponsors? We have Total Energy is the sponsor of AFCON, of African football. Which oil company that is investing in football or in sports? I want to bring to attention to attendance of this conference that we are suffering and our children are suffering. This is a grassroots. This is the only one we have in South Sudan, that field. So those who may be in Juba, they have advantage of having this small one. But across the country where we have oil, we have nothing. So I'm appealing to all our industry, oil industry, to invest in the sports. We can realize a talent within our youth, within our kids. And I think we have, all of us, we have children. Without play, the child doesn't have prosperity. A child needs to enjoy. We need to entertain our communities. We need to give them love and hope. We need to give them leadership. We need to train them to have a teamwork. This is where you have good leaders. Where you are in sports, you train how to be a team maker. You train how to realize a national hall, a national building, and you can see these are the places that we play. It is even in the capital. It's difficult for us to play. So please, you operators and investors, as the President of South Sudan Football Association, I'm asking you to invest something to the youth, to the children, and this one will promote unity and peace in our country. In football or in sport in general, we don't have tribe. We have only team. And that's why when basketball came as the winners, all of us went to receive them in the airport. Can we make football the same? But a child that don't play often cannot grow to the high rank. We are now ranking 165. And even basketball, it is because many of them play in the US and in Australia. And even volleyball, we don't have all the pitches. We don't have anybody can sponsor them. How do you expect us to grow to be like other countries? And you understand, like now Angola, we have couple clubs. It's only oil that is sponsored them. We have in Nigeria, we have in Cameroon, we have. So these are part of our games, and you can see these are very talented boys, and they can bring to us a national pride, a national prosperity, can build unity among us. And this is something very important. You can also invest in football. You know, FIFA is the most richest organization, but something that FIFA is sponsor football in the countries. It is not true. It is country and investors that invest in football in all the countries, and this is where it grows. FIFA only supports technical aspects in terms of laws, rule of the games, and in terms of capacity building in referees and coaches. That is only, but not to support the activities of football in the country. So we are very ambitious. We want to grow high, and we want to develop football from the grassroots level into youth level, and this is where you can develop football. We have 8 national teams: senior team, child team, under 23, under 20, under 17, and we have also at the same line with women football. And therefore, without the investment, without the sponsoring from companies that we have, especially the oil industry, we will not realize the achievement of football that can bring pride to us. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I hope with this small presentation, you have listened to you have listened to me, and I invite you to come to football, invest in sports, wherever you choose. Whether you choose athletes, you choose football, you choose basket, you choose, and I'm appealing to all of you as industry, whether a national industry or international investors, to come and invest in sports. And this is what will create a prosperity. We are going to open soon the stadium. Of course, you will get invitation so that you come. This is the only stadium that we have, and we have to increase more stadium. And please, at least the oil industry, I'm appealing from aspect of deep pork and deep pork. Why you don't just make one pitch in Banting for your children? One pitch in Palu, Maluk, Ram, Malakal.
right way. The football pitch is just across us, so you can have a glance at it when you're heading to the airport.
My name is Emmanuel Emenogu. I'm the CEO, Professional Soccer Management. We are based in South Africa and Turkey. But we're here today just to see how we can push football forward in South Sudan. Because normally I was invited by Lieutenant General Agostino, the President of the Football Association, to come to South Sudan to see in what capacity and in what way we can move football forward. But as it stands also, we got the opportunity today to have to meet sponsors and people who are in the oil industry, because for them to work in South Sudan, for them to make business in South Sudan, the people need to be happy. And the people who need to be happy are those people in those villages where you drill oil, where you get the oil from. Those people don't have good playing turf, they don't have a pitch. Imagine a country of about 14 to 15 million people having just one stadium and one training pitch where everyone comes together, where everyone trains and where everyone play all the matches. So this is not good, and this is why we are trying to push the investors to ask them, invest in football in South Sudan. Invest in football in South Sudan. That is one of the only way that can initiate peace. That is the only way that can promote peace, and that is the only way that the people who do businesses can thrive. Okay, for example, if in those areas, in those villages who don't have pitches to play, and you go there to drain oil, you go there to do business, you will not have the capacity to do anything there. You will not have the peace to do anything. So, but if the people are engaged, if the people are occupied, then you can have peace and football can grow.
فعلا المؤتمر هو مؤتمر مهم جدا جدا، وحابين برضو نشكر رئيس الاتحاد لكرة القدم جنرال أغسطينو مودوت باريك، لأنه هو عمل اختراق كبير جدا جدا في كيفية إنه يوصل التحديات. مثلا زي الملاعب، عندنا مشكلة بتاعت ملاعب سواء كان على مستوى العاصمة والولايات، وفي ولايات هي منتجة للنفط، فمن دور الشركات إنها تقوم بمساهمة في خدمة الرياضة أو ما بيسمى بالسوشيال كوبريتيف. فده برضو خطوة جديد جدا جدا، ونشيد بالخطوة اللي قام به في المؤتمر بتاعت الاويل اند باور.
واحد من الاستراتيجيات بتاع الاتحاد كرة القدم بتاع جنوب السودان هو انه نحن نحاول لكسب المستثمرين في دعم القطاع الرياضي، القطاع كرة القدم، لانه بدون السبونسرشيب الأندية والمنتخبات الوطنية هيكون عندهم صعوبة في تطور بتاع كرة القدم في البلد. وطبعا لأنه في تحديات أكثر وتحديات في الملاعب المحسنة وفي الإمكانيات المالية، والكرة القدم عشان يقدر يتطور بدون الإمكانيات بدون الامكانيات الماليه في انه انت تقدر تعمل تحسين للملاعب، وانت برضو تقدر تستثمر في انه توفر الموارد لنشاط الكره القدم، يبقى الكره القدم ما بتتطور. فده واحد من الاستراتيجيات بتاعنا في انه we need to go for private sector and we try to appeal to private sector to support the football. In the most of the countries that the football has progressed is only private sector, and oil industry and energy are more crucial because these are big industries in the country and they can support. And we can give example. If we have our children in Paluch where we have oil, our children in Tarjat and our children in Bantu in Pariang, and name them Malut, Rang and Malakal, and they are unable to play during the rainy season, and this is very miserable for our children to get, and that's why even in areas where we have oil, they have to go and swim in a very dirty water, which is not healthy. But if they have football, they will forget and then they will join football. So is our appeal, and today is a privilege and honor to attend this conference and appeal to all operators and investors, whether national
an international to an international investors in order for them to invest also in football.